that is when we see their tag match. And DIY have officially turned heel. And when I tell you, I'm here for this. My heart beats for bad guy Tommaso Ciampa. Okay, that man, that's a man. Okay, that is a manly man, and you know I like me some manly man.
I should have seen this from the jump, because when the Street Profits got taken out, I immediately said, "Oh, it was DIY." I was like, "Oh, it's DIY." But then Johnny comes out of nowhere
Yeah,
and is like, "What's up, guys? How we doing?" But he wasn't in like gear. He
yeah.
was in street clothes, and he was all nice and cheery. And
He
you're
was in a
thinking,
black
"Oh,
hoodie and jean. No, I'm just kidding.
he would be like, he's just so sweet and innocent. Like Johnny Gargano's not gonna hurt him. Like he's poisoning the Motor City Machine Guns." And the way he offered up the match, like, we'll step in, we'll be, and playing up to the fact that his mentor, was Alex Shelley,
Mm-hmm.
and he loved most of me, all that, playing up to that whole thing, awesome. But where is Ciampa? I know that he was like, you don't do this, all that, but it was all the ruse. They played right into their hand. When Gargano went for the low blow and smiled, I knew, and a lot of people are saying that they do not like the decision, and I'm seeing a lot of, we can say, tribalistic fickle pickles.
Okay.
You need a button for that. Fickle pickles out there who are complaining that their reign is so short and throwing WWE under the bus. Or, of course, their shortest tag reign as a tag team is in WWE. How, do you have the memory of a goldfish? Do you not understand how this works? Of course they had to lose it.
Well,
did we expect it to happen now to the DIY and how it did? No. But are we happy? Yeah. Because that's what the journey is going to be when we go on it.
Well, and let's think about how DIY lost the titles in the first place. Are we really going to say that they weren't the rightful ones to take them off of MCMG? Like, come on, And we know from just, talking about wrestling, watching wrestling, whatever.
That's knowledge.
Motor City Machine Guns winning the titles when they did, it made sense. Like, it was their way of legitimizing them to the WWE audience, because not everybody was super familiar with who they were, despite a good number of people being very familiar with their wrestling careers and their histories in TNA and whatever. This was the easiest way for people to get what they wanted out of them, while also people being like, oh wait, no, they are legit. Okay, you don't bring them in and then don't give them the titles for 2 years.
But I'll go one step further and say they were crowned the tag team champions because it was a dawn of a new era in the tag division.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all that needed. The Bloodline had the titles. They beat DIY and Bloodline in one night, because why drag it out? We know what the end result is. So what are we going to do?
Well,
and look, it gave us a great SmackDown ending.
And shouldn't we be happy that the Bloodline don't have it anymore? That's one thing.
Yeah.
And two, DIY. Yes, please.
That's gonna be hilarious. And Candice joining them too.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be.
We saw her celebrate.
And the feud between them for the tag titles is going to be interesting. And you throw in the Street Profits. Come on, guys. That's the kind of stuff that we've been wanting for the tag team division. We wanted there to be so many teams that were trying to get the titles. We needed to see a heel team come in that wasn't the Bloodline and wasn't A-Town Down Under. There hadn't been anybody else. Basically, every other team on SmackDown were good guys. So it didn't make sense. They needed to do something. Something needed spicing up. And they weren't going to do that with Motor City Machine Guns. And clearly, when they tried to make the Street Profits bad guys, it didn't work. And that's why they didn't continue with it. So
I couldn't do it.
I think it's the right decision for them. It's very similar to, like, I don't love what they did with LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura, but it feels kind of similar to what they did with Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. It feels like, okay, we want to make LA Knight have a more legitimate feud with somebody. It's Shinsuke. They've met up before. Uh it's like, I don't love the timing of it. I don't love that LA Knight lost, but
Mm.
if the end result is that he just gets the title back and then he's going to have this great feud, then whatever. This feels like the same thing. I don't know. I'm into it. So